The major triad is the first, third, and fifth of the major scale, and there are many different ways to group those pitches on the guitar. So we should get in the habit of not only identifying the triad or chord we're playing, but also specifically how it's being played on the guitar. Here we have plotted on the guitar all of the E's, G sharps, and B's in first position, our E chord. If I move each one of these pitches up a half step, my diagram will look like this. We still have a major chord, as all of the E's, G sharps, and B's have moved to F, A, C, respectively, our F major triad. The way the chord is being formed still looks like an E, only shifted up a fret, so we'll identify this as an E form of F. When I move my E form of F up an additional fret, all F's, A's, and C's have moved up a half step to F sharp, A sharp, and C sharp, the F sharp major triad, labeled E form of F sharp. When I move up another half step, F sharp, A sharp, and C sharp move to G, B, and D, now labeled an E form of G, sounding nearly identical to my first position G chord. There are 5 major chord forms: C, A, G, E, and D. When I move the C form of C up a whole step, I now have a C form of D. My index finger bars on the 2nd fret, replacing the open strings when the chord form was played in first position. Check this by playing the first position D form of D. They'll sound nearly identical. An A form of A moved up 3 frets will give me an A form of C. G form of G moved up a whole step will give me a G form of A. E form of E moved up so I have a bar on the 3rd fret will again give me an E form of G. The D form of D moved up a whole step would give me a D form of E. Next, try this. I'm going to start with a C form of C in first position and move through each form in order up the neck. The order of forms spells the word CAGED. C form of C, here's my root on the 5th string. Next I'm going to bar that fret with my index finger and play an A form of C. I have roots in the A form on strings 5 and 3. Next I'm going to bar with my index finger on the 3rd string root and play a G form of C. Roots are now on strings 6, 3, and 1. Next I'll bar the fret on the 6th string root with my index finger and play an E form of C. Roots on strings 6, 4, and 1. Next I'll bar the 4th string root with my index finger and play a D form of C. Roots on strings 4 and 2. Finally, I'll bar the 12th fret just below the 2nd string root and play a C form of C. Notice there's a half step overlap between the D form of C and the C form of C that we didn't have in the other forms. This C form of C is an octave higher than the C form of C we started with in first position. Once again, a little quicker. C form of C connects to my A form of C, which connects to my G form of C, E form of C, D form of C, until I'm back to my C form of C. Repeat this with all other first position chords. For any chord other than C, A, G, E, or D, begin with the form that precedes the chord alphabetically and move up as needed. For example, there is no B flat form, so I need to start with an A form of A and shift up 1 fret to an A form of A sharp or B flat. And from there I just follow CAGED, my order of forms. So my A form of B flat would connect to a G form of B flat, which would connect to an E form of B flat, to the D form of B flat, C form of B flat, and now I'm back to the A form of B flat that I started with. Having studied this, you'll eventually be able to play all forms of all chords on the guitar. This concept represents an overarching logic of the guitar itself.